Hey guys, welcome back to another 3D design tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be making a snowman and coloring it based on the skills you've learned so far. So these are the steps we're going to be following for our project today. And I would highly encourage you guys to pause the video and try it yourself before following along with the video. And this is how our finished snowman should look like. Okay, so after making a new file, let us delete the default cube that comes. And then the first thing we're going to do is add a UV sphere. And this is going to be the body of the snowman. And we can duplicate this and bring it upwards and then scale it a little bit to make for the face of the snowman. Something like this should do. And the next step, we're going to add a cone. And this cone is going to be the nose of the snowman. So let's rotate it first. And let's bring it forward. And we can scale it down to give it like that carrot kind of look to make for the nose. And now we can place it on the snowman like this. And the next step we're going to do is to add a cylinder that's going to make for the hat of the snowman. And we can scale it and then put it on top of the snowman like this. Now all that's left is to make the eyes, the arms, and the buttons. So for the arms, it's just a simple thing. We can add a cube. And let's bring it over to the side here. And we have to scale it down so it looks somewhat skinny like this. And let's just duplicate it to make for the other arm. So firstly, we need to rotate it. And then we can bring it in place like this. And I think it's too big, so let's scale it down even more. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, something like this. And let's scale down this one as well. And we can bring it into place. And we're going to do the same steps. So we're going to rotate it into place. Okay, now that I'm done rotating the arm, we can add the eyes. So for the eyes, all we need to do is add another UV sphere. And then scale it down so it's really small. And then let me bring it up like this. And I'm going to place one over here. And then I'll duplicate it. And then move it over the y-axis like this. And I'll place the other one over here. And I can go from look at it from the left view here and move these. Actually, we need to select both of the eyes so they move together. And then we can move them back like this so that they sit on top of the face. And now they look like eyes. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to do it for the buttons of the thing. So we'll add a UV sphere. We'll scale it down so it's really small. And we can move it so it comes in front of the body. And then we can just duplicate it. So one up and one down. Okay. So this looks good. And if you want, you can move around the buttons and make them look a little bit better. But I think this is fine. And the last step I think we have to do is I think it looks a bit too bulgy. So I'm going to select it all and scale it on the x-axis to make it look a little bit flat. Something like this. Okay, that looks good. Okay. And now the one thing that you guys may have noticed is that on the UV spheres, as you can see the squares on it and it's not really smooth like an actual sphere, right? And to fix that, you can just select it and then right click and select Shade Smooth. And now as you can see, the whole thing is smooth. So let's do the same thing for the top one. And if we do that for the cylinder, it looks a little bit weird because the shading is all messed up. And to fix that, you can just go down here to Object Data Properties, and under Normals, check Auto Smooth. And now as you can see, it's fixed. Now the top face looks flat and the side all looks curved. So that's good. Okay, so now that we're done with the modeling part, we can go ahead and add the colors. So as usual, we can go to the material preview mode and give it a second to load. Okay, so we can go to material properties here and add a new color. And we can assign new colors to each of these different objects until we are satisfied. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I've now finished coloring all the objects. And for the face and the body of the snowman, as you can see here, I didn't add a new material. Because if you want an object just to be white, like the default color, you don't need to add a new material. Blender automatically knows to give it white color when you render it. Okay, so that's the end for today's project, guys. And in our next video, we're going to be learning about a new mode called the Edit mode. And we'll be making a blockhouse using the Edit mode. And we'll also learn how to assign different colors to a single object using a property in Edit mode. Thanks for watching the video, guys. See you next time.